And, what's amazing to me is, there was a recent quote from your president, Joe Biden. This is your president, right?
We're going to do that segment today, right?
We are going to we got plenty of This Is Your President here. And I want you to listen to this. We'll see if we can get it in before the break here. But he bungles this Thomas Jefferson quote that some of you will be familiar with, which is, "The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants." That's a Thomas Jefferson quote. Biden totally bungles it up in his usual fashion, and you'll get to hear that. But the import of what he says is you got to have nuclear weapons and F-15s to beat the government. Listen to him. He, by the way, is criticizing the Second Amendment here.
It was passed, limited the type of people who could own a gun and what type of weapon you could own. You couldn't buy a cannon. Those who say the blood of patriots, and all the stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you want to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. The point is that there's always been the ability to rationally limit the type of weapon that can be owned and who can own it. The Second Amendment.
Don't you love that? The guy says you need to have F-15s and nuclear weapons to take on the government. But let's just look at the news, because according to the news, according to the media, Congress, all the Democrats, and certainly all the never-Trumpers, we've been howling about this for months. They've been howling about how there was an insurrection that was led by a guy with a Davy Crockett raccoon skin hat with 2 Viking horns and no shirt, and that guy almost toppled the U.S. government. But now you need nukes and F-15s. Why do we need that when we've got our Viking shaman?
You're a funny boy.
I mean, come on. Can't you see through this stuff? I don't know. To me, it just hits me right in the face. I see right through it. Interesting that Biden's starting to go after the Second Amendment, saying, it's been limited from the day that it was passed. It's always been limited. Didn't you know that? I mean, did you miss history class? Did you miss that? No. It's always been limited what you could own and who could own it. They had background checks in the late 1700s. Didn't you know that? Didn't you go to history class in high school? Wait till we come back. We've got even more on this when we'll hear from General Mark Milley. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.